We are situated about 8 miles west of New York City at MetLife Stadium in East Rutherford. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Cincinnati Bengals and the New York Jets. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play. And guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. They go play action now. Jackson. He's going to wind up and air it out. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive. But instead, 3rd down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive.
Here we go.
From the gun, it's Jackson. And that will be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 23. 12 yards on the return that time. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come get some. Come get some. Come on here. Come get some. Hey, lady. Here, young lady. Check.
Here's the first carry for Le'Veon Bell. The tackle made by the linebacker, Joe Schobert.
Not much happening there on 1st down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 11 and a Jets first down.
It's funny, partner. Le'Veon Bell, when he came out of Michigan State, when I go back and look at my analysis of him and what my grades were for him, I thought he was a big-time player, great potential, but I didn't know we were going to get this player.
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And a good return here as he takes it up past the 30-yard line. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity.
Oh, he tried to pitch it, and the ball's loose.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
On third down, Jackson. He sets to fire. And got his man complete. The previous play, they barely got back to the line of scrimmage. Now they pick up over 30 yards. He missed on his first 3 passes, was 0 for 3. Now gets a connection. Maybe that'll get him going.
Yeah, it wasn't a time for panic, but there was some concern because once you start in a certain pattern, you're wondering, can you get out of it? And that flips the other way, too, when you're throwing it really well. In this case, now he's got his first completion. They think he might be off to the races.
Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. From the red zone now, here's Jackson on first down. Flush to his right. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
Containing him is becoming a big problem. We've already seen this once earlier on this drive.
Yeah, and so now 2 times this has happened. Do you adjust something?
Yeah, I think you do. I think you got to start thinking about your rush lanes. Try not to either get too wide or too narrow. Make sure someone is there waiting for him to take off.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And he is in. Touchdown, Bengals. A great play there. His 4th touchdown on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start first and 10. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again. Just like last week, each game is its own entity, treated as such.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Plays like we just saw there, that's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out. Because if you could...
The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Carl Lawson able to record his 5th sack of the season.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And the Bengals will take over here first and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out first and 10. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for Cincinnati. And even 50 yards.
Well, we spent a lot of time exalting the offensive masterminds in this game, right? They draw up these beautiful plays. They look so perfect up on the board. But occasionally, sometimes you just say, throw it up and let him go get it. How about that play?
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. His throw caught right around the 6. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. Another big hitter there. This one good for 18. Well, we know he's got the speed there. He needed the speed and the hands. A great catch.
And because of that speed, you have to respect it as a defender. So you have to either play off or make sure you're somehow in contact with him. And he's able to do exactly what you said. Use the speed to his advantage and go up and get the football. That's a big-time play right there.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block a lot on this drive. Will they be able to revert and fire out and create some space in the run game?
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. Jackson from the shotgun. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Come on, man. Let's do it, man.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And the results for them have not been strong to this point. 2 drives have ended in a turnover and then a punt.
So would it be too snarky for me to say that they've shown improvement? Because you had two drives with turnovers. Now they punted it away, so at least they didn't turn it over. So that's good, right?
You're going to get some angry users reaching out to you on social media.
Well, I don't mean to be. I was actually looking for the positive. Silver lining, you know.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So the defense blitzed. A nice job picking that up, completing the pass.
And Hallen Sink was the quarterback in his center on that play. They saw the blitz, made the appropriate calls, got the line engaged because now they know there are going to be extra guys coming at the quarterback, so they got their assignments down pat and kept them away from him, and he's able to step up in the pocket and fire one out for a really good strike.
Darnold finding Anderson here. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or 2 miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And they're able to get this one past the 30 to the 25-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet 1st down.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Right back to him on 1st down. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard. Now Bell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Le'Veon Bell, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are now on the board here in the 1st half. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Now after the touchdown, it's Zuerlein. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Let's go. Let's go.
The Bengals drive about to get going. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had a field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, Jackson looking for Lockett, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And it's a terrific return here as he's going to have him set up with a 1st and goal right at about the 6-yard line. Suddenly it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. Darnold now to throw. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. From 6 yards away. And the Jets have taken the lead.
The defense are going to have to start doing something different because this guy's absolutely carving them up, especially down here in the red zone. He's been one of the top receiving tight ends here in the first half of the season.
Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is now 14-10. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any...
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. And the return will stop right around the 25. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Bell. And an alley to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a 1st. And he'll give it here to his running back. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down. Now after the run by Bell, here's another 1st and 10.
Mike 51, Mike 51. Watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen, watch the screen.
And they'll try the air now with Darnold. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. Looked like he had a couple of different options as far as who to throw to on that play. Who am I to say this, but I'm not sure he made the right decision.
Well, the window of opportunity is always going to be small in the NFL. That's why those quarterbacks who make quick decisions and have quick releases, have the most success in this league.
The Jets are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now Bell. And a nice move will yield nothing as he's stopped behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down. On second and goal, Darnold, touchdown, New York Jets.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Yeah, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Zerline connects on the extra point, and that makes it a 21-10 game. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. The Bengals drive about to get going. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
And the Jets set to receive this third quarter kickoff, and they have the lead as well as we are underway in the second half. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
He's going to loft one deep left side here. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 47 yards. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big game.
They'll run it with Bell. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, Brendan, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you're
without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Le'Veon Bell. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. Zerline good with a PAT. And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. So a pick 6 there out of the nickel package. They went with 5 DBs.
Almost becoming the base package in the NFL is the nickel. Hard to throw against. That was demonstrated one more time. A pick 6 going the other way.
Zerline connects on the extra point, and they open the lead up now to 25. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going, and they gave up the pick 6, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up. But you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful, because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now left side on the swing pass. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. The Jets will bring in a nickel set as they try to stop this 3rd down. Now Jackson operating from the gun, eluding the pressure right. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. The Bengals bring out their punter now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is brought in at the 21. It takes a touchdown-saving tackle to bring him down as he goes 32 yards on the return. And the Jets will have a short field to work with as they take over 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, Darnold. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. Got a man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jets. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
Sometimes when I see these types of plays executed, I think of basketball. Guys boxing other guys off to go out and get a rebound.
And he got the rebound right there. But the defense was really placed well.
Yeah, they were right there. I mean, that's where it's really tough for a defender. When you're in the right spot, you're draped on the guy catching the ball, yet he still comes down with it.
And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up.
Yeah.
Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. Jackson now. From the gun, he'll throw. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. 9 yards on the pickup, but even after that, they're left with a 3rd and very long. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long.
Mike's 59. Mike's 59.
Operating from the gun, Jackson. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by the linebacker, C.J. Mosley. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
3rd quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
They'll go again with Bell. He's got a 1st down and much more inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
C-Pound, 132 fighter.
The give is to Bell. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds.
And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. When you talk about a battle being won in the trenches, that touchdown right there, a lot of credit to the offensive linemen.
Yeah, when you watch them surge across the front, they really created great space for the runner to get in.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Bengals drive about to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you... Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Pressure again, and down he goes again.
So, Brandon, we've sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. He lets it fly for Lockett. He's got a man complete. Then he will finally be taken down. But how about that play? It's a big one on the final act of the 3rd quarter. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain, followed by a sizable loss here. So following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. From midfield now, here's Jackson. And an alley to run. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that'll make it 3rd down. Now the Bengals on 3rd down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5.
Check, 59.
From the gun, Jackson looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
And they're going to try the screen. It's complete. They're shoving his way inside the 35. And he's brought down, but following a pretty juke move that gives him the 1st down. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. They try and run on 1st down, but this one going to lose a couple yards as they get him behind the line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. This time, Jackson will throw it. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to run, but he's got a long way to go. The scramble good for a nice gain of 10 yards, but still fourth down.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could, but let's face it, that sack on second down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. It certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. A critical one here if they're going to have any shot at this thing. So they'll go for it on fourth down. They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. And that is caught. He's got it for a Bengal touchdown. As his guys are in for 6. And the Bengals gain a bit of respectability.
And that touchdown, well, it barely puts a dent in it.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. That's always puzzled me a little bit.
And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up fourth down. Here's Matt Hawk now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And look at this. It's a fake. And he's not even going to come close to picking up the first. They stop him right at the line of scrimmage. A little trickeration there, but it doesn't fool this defense. And the Bengals are going to get it back in terrific field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. They run on first down with Jackson. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him, so when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
From the 27, Jackson. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. And the Bengals on 3rd down. They've struggled to the tune of 2 for 8 so far. This is 3rd and 9. Now it's Jackson. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Touchdown, Cincinnati.
So now the Bengals offense will stay out there as they'll decide to go for 2. They'll try and run it here. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for 2 does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jets have got it. The risk-reward of the onside kick, when you don't get it, the risk comes out to play, and here they gave up great field position.
And that's the key to everything, because You're trying your best to press advantages when you have them, and field position leads you to that type of play calling, and whether you want to blitz or whether you want to throw the ball deep, those...
Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. That one good for 37 yards. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Jets football as we get you reset here. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided.
You draw corkers.
They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And that'll make it second and goal. And his throw is incomplete.
This defense can use some more of these types of plays. How about him reading it, driving on the football, and he's right there for the pass breakup.
Now Darnold on third and goal. Flushed out right. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Still an important piece of business to take care of, the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Now after the touchdown, it's Zerline. He'll kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget
that his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Marcus Peters. Just a little bit of a rough stretch. 6 interceptions now in these last 2 weeks combined.
I know the easy thing is to go back to mechanics, footwork, things of that nature. I'm also wondering, is he getting fooled by what he's seeing on defense? Has the scouting report changed? Are they showing him things different than what he expected? For the 2nd week in a row, he's throwing it to the guys in the wrong color shirts.
Yeah, he better figure, whatever the reason is, he better figure it out. They'll keep it on the ground. Bell, after getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead, positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
Throwing here on 3rd down, Darnold. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Lamb. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Bell with a first down carry there as he'll get about 4 out of that. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Instead of running, Darnold's going to throw this thing. That one complete to Anderson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. A much better effort we're seeing from him under center this week versus last week when he threw 4 picks.
He has thrown the 1 in this game, but you're right. When you cut it down from 4 the previous week, and we always talk about adjustments, well, he made some in practice, and he continues to work on it during the game. I'm sure he's getting plenty of reminders.
And this will be caught. We'll forget taking the knee. Some late gamesmanship here as they throw for a late touchdown. I tell you, Charles, you play to the final whistle, I get that, but there are a few folks that might not be too happy with that score late in the game with it already well in hand.
You seem a little squeamish about that last score.
I struggle with it. I struggle. But on the argument, I get it, on the other side is, hey, do something about it. Stop them.
I'll guarantee you, I know who was really excited? Fantasy owners who had them. Hey, listen, getting the points for me. They're not worried about hurt feelings or anything like that. That's just new age stuff.
So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.
So for the Jets, they move back over 500 now at 4-3, and they will hit the road next week for a date with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Meanwhile, for the